When you've lost someone that you're close to, the holidays can actually feel heavy instead of joyful. And if that's the case, know that you're not necessarily doing anything wrong. You have to understand that grief tends to have a bigger impact during the holiday season. But today, I'm going to talk you through 3 gentle, faith-based tools that can get you through these tough times and help you get your balance again. The holidays are supposed to be bright and festive and full of celebration, but when you're grieving, those same things, the lights and the songs and the family traditions that normally bring so much joy, they can actually make your pain feel even more exposed and raw. And the world around you seems to speed up while your heart feels like it's moving in slow motion and you're stuck in quicksand. And every little thing is a reminder of what you've lost. Whether it's an empty chair at the dinner table, or hearing somebody's voice that's missing this year, or a family tradition that feels broken in some way. When you have your grieving mask up and you feel like you can make it through the day without falling apart, any of those things can hit you like a ton of bricks, and they can bring the weight of grief right back to the surface. Today, I want to walk you through how to navigate this difficult season with honesty and with gentleness and with groundedness, without pretending that you're okay and without forcing yourself to be a version of cheerfulness that doesn't really match what you're feeling inside. I'm Eddie Traughber. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I help people of faith walk through some of life's most difficult issues like grief and help them find emotional healing. I've also written a short guide to help you work through some of the difficulties surrounding grief called When the Silence Feels Too Loud. Stay with me till the end of the video and I'll share with you how you can get your own free copy. So let's get started with the first tool. When grief collides with the holidays, your body carries an emotional weight that often goes unnamed. And when our emotions go unnamed, they tend to grow louder internally, even if you're quiet on the outside. This is why the tool we call emotional labeling is so helpful. You see, simply putting words to how you feel, like, I'm lonely today, or this morning feels heavier than I thought it would, or man, I sure am missing my loved one during this time. Statements like those can give structure to the internal chaos that you may be feeling. And from a counseling perspective, actually naming your emotions like this can have several benefits. It can lower your emotional intensity, it can reduce your feelings of being overwhelmed, and it can help you actually think more clearly. Scripture describes this process beautifully in a Psalm of King David. Psalm 142:2 says, I pour out my complaint before him. He's talking about God here. I tell my troubles before him. See, David didn't hide his pain or his troubles from God. He didn't feel like he had to edit them. He didn't wait until he felt better to talk to God. And he didn't fake that everything was okay. He brought his pain honestly to the Lord. And that's what I want you to practice. Just for 1 minute each morning, sit on the side of your bed, even before you get up, and name 2 emotions that you're feeling. Don't try to fix them. Don't try to judge them. Don't try to change them in any way. Just name them in God's presence. When we're grieving, sometimes it feels like facing our feelings is overwhelming, and we do everything that we can to avoid that. But that's the wrong answer, and it won't work. Actually, facing our pain and naming it, it's a small act of honesty with yourself that can make a surprising difference. It won't make your grief go away completely, but it can help you feel more grounded. Try it out and see what happens. Now let's move on to the second tool. A lot of people fall into the holiday trap of all or nothing. Either they do everything the way that it's always been done, or they avoid absolutely everything because it hurts too much. But there is a more compassionate option, and that's to create just one safe new holiday tradition this year. Here's some ideas. Maybe you light a candle in your loved one's memory. Maybe you make their favorite recipe. Maybe you play a song that they loved, or say a prayer of gratitude for the time that you got to spend with them. Or maybe you just carve out one simple, quiet moment where you can honor what they meant to you. And the goal here isn't to recreate the past or to force yourself into old traditions that don't seem to fit where you're at right now. Instead, the goal is to give your grief a place where you can remember them, where you can honor their memory, and also just to give yourself a little breathing room during this difficult time. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. When you create this one safe tradition, it can take the edge off of the intensity of the holiday season. It reminds your heart that remembering someone you love is not something to fear, but something that can be held with grace and even joy. And while the holidays can be tough, you don't have to make them harder on yourself by isolating yourself or attempting to do too much. Now for the third tool. One of the biggest expectations that we feel during the holidays is the expectation to just be okay, to be social, to be cheerful, and to be emotionally available for family and friends. But grief uses emotional, mental, and spiritual energies as well as physical. It zaps everything that you've got. So this year, I just want to encourage you to lower the emotional bar. Give yourself permission to attend fewer parties or get-togethers, or to stay for shorter periods of time. You could leave early or arrive late. That's okay. If you lower the emotional bar of what's expected, you can say no to some things without feeling guilt. And you can build in quiet moments for yourself to recharge. Jesus said in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." And this includes emotional and social and mental rest, not just spiritual. That's the kind of rest that honors what you're carrying instead of expecting you to push past your limits. Lowering the bar doesn't diminish the holidays. Instead, it actually protects your heart and your energy level so that you can move through this difficult season in a more grounded and a more available way to the people that you choose to be around. And from a counseling perspective, lowering the bar can do three things. One, it can protect you from emotional burnout. Number two, it can reduce irritability and self-criticism. And number three, it can improve your mood regulation. The benefits you can get from setting limits for yourself during this season far outweigh doing too much and then paying the price as a result. And as you walk through this holiday season, I want you to remember you're allowed to slow down, you're allowed to pause, you're allowed to create new traditions or rhythms that help you stay healthy. You're allowed to hold both sorrow and faith at the same time, because loving someone, feeling the loss of their absence, and having hope for the future, they can all exist together in your grieving heart at the same time. In seasons like this, God draws near to those who are hurting. He meets you in the quiet moments, in the unexpected tears that you shed, and in the memories that come up. And He meets you in the places that ache for what you once had. I pray this for you during this difficult time. May the peace of Christ rest gently over your heart, and may His presence carry you through each day with strength and with comfort and with grace. And may each day be better than the one before. Now, I hope this video was helpful for you, and if it was, feel free to like and share it with somebody else who might benefit from it. And if you'd like something else to help support you through this season, check out one of my other videos. And you can also download my free grief ebook. The link is in the description below. See you next time.